G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_gaming for another Dokkan battle video. So another team building guide here today, and it is going to be for the AGL full power Frieza. As you can see, I don't have him at this stage, but I thought why not jump in and try and make a guide that could help boost up what you guys were looking to build. So as you can see, I've chosen the physical full power Frieza to be my dummy leader. So we'll jump into the change all. So this is my box for the category. Just quickly, if you haven't seen, he is the leader of the Planet Namek Saga as well as the Sworn Enemies category. So there is a couple different ways that you can build this team. So the first would be to fill this out with Frieza units. Probably one of the more optimal ways. You're going to be able to run the physical Angel Frieza that goes golden. He's a defensive stack, a stunner. He's pretty much good everywhere. Another great option is the Prime Battle Frieza after his Easy A. We all know how good his defense is, and he can put up crazy offensive numbers as well. You've also got this Easy A Golden Frieza. As you can see, mine is rainbowed. He is another defensive stacker, so really good for those long events. You've got this free-to-play Final Form Frieza, another really good unit for difficult content where you're coming up against a Goku family unit. As you can see here, he does guard against all attacks and has 50% damage reduction when he is guarding. So against Goku family units, he is taking no damage whatsoever. If we continue to scroll down, after his Easy A, this Tech Transforming Frieza is a must run if you do have him. He stacks obviously up until his final form, and then in that final form does raise attack and defense for one turn. But the big thing is that he does get defense now, so that's huge. He's certainly a must run. And another potential option is this Tech Golden Frieza after his Easy A. As you can see here, he does reduce damage by 80% when HP is 50% or more. So in terms of tanking, he's just an absolute wall. Taking him into Super Battle Road runs, any difficult content where you are expecting to get hit really hard, he is also another must-run candidate. Another option, I haven't boosted mine up, I've just got him Easy A, but is this Golden Frieza, the AGL. He operates similarly in that he reduces damage by 90% when HP is 40% or more. Again, the exact same thing, is in a crazy wall when you do have him on rotation and you're getting that damage reduction. So I would say that's probably the most optimal team that you can run, would be just by slinging in a whole bunch of Friezas. But you can certainly do this a couple of other ways as well. You can bring in Bootanks. Obviously, he's got a great key mechanic, so he can be ran next to any Frieza units. They'll share a couple of links maybe, but because he's getting the extra key per key sphere, he's going to be able to get off his 18k all day, every day. And then another great option is to run the physical Fat Boo next to him after his Easy A. He's really good for difficult content. As you can see, gets a lot of attack and defense after he's copped a lot of hits, and together those two are going to heal up very nicely. And if you don't have that Fat Boo Easy A, because I do understand that a lot of those hero extermination units can be annoying to get done, the Int Kid Boo is also a really good option after his Easy A. I think he's nearly a bit slept on at this stage. His defense is really good after he gets off those supers. As you can see, he does raise his defense now, and he also is a big bad bossage unit, so we all know how beneficial that link is when you get that to 10. Margin units have great link sets, so that is also another really a serious contender for great units to use on rotation. Another option is using the Namek Saga aspect. So if you manage to get the new Goku, you bring him onto this team. I've done a number of videos that I'll release in the coming days showing how good he is. He's crazy. And then you can bring the Namek Goku next to him. So when you do transform, those two are going to link very well. They're both going to be stacking defense, great link set on this unit. And that's going to be a very good tandem, those two together. and that's for if you do want to run a bit more of a diverse team rather than running just the almost a Wicked Bloodlines team. Another option, if you are bringing the boos that I forgot to mention, was bringing the Boo Piccolo. As you can see here, he is a power absorption support unit. So by having him next to the Boo tanks, they do share a lot of links together, and you're going to be getting that support boost as well. So great option there as well. Another option is running this Nail. The only thing is that if you are running Nail, to get his damage reduction active, you do need to have a Piccolo on the team. And at this stage, I've only got this Piccolo. After his EZA and he does his assimilation, he does raise defense by 30% for 3 turns. Not the best, but it is enough to get by in quite difficult content, usually, as long as you play it safe and do use items if necessary, but those two can certainly be a great combo together as well. And if you happen to have pulled the banner unit Piccolo from the Goku banner, that's obviously a much better option. Those two will work very nicely together in that regard. So a third set of rotations that you could potentially bring, as well as you could also run this transforming Boo when you are using the Boo tanks, by the way. If you can get the transformation into the Buhan, those two link up perfectly together, and they are just great together, but it is annoying to make sure that you get his rotation. But another option is running the Int Perfect Cell, or the cell that goes perfect. You can run him alongside this cell who does EZA, the STR. I believe he's a stacker after his EZA, or this tech cell. Either of those will link up very nicely together, and they'll be a pretty dangerous little combo. And if you don't have either of them, worst comes to worst, you could also use the Prime Battle cell, as fortunately enough he does have big bad bosses, but he can be a little lackluster in that more difficult content. So as you can see, I might not have the craziest box for this, but there is still a multitude of different options that you can choose to go along with this category. So just to recap a little, my suggestion would be using either Frieza units like so, just blocking out that, and I missed someone, and that. Or another option would be to eliminate 2 of those to bring a Boo mixed in lineup, Boo getting the most out of Boo tanks, and either a linking partner for him, or the third potential option is also to bring the Super Saiyans together. They will be a bit out of whack, but as long as you have them on rotation together, that shouldn't affect the synergy of your team. You should be good to go. And my final recommendation would be running the 2 cells together, whichever cell you may or may not have, just as long as those 2 are linking up together nicely is the main thing. So hopefully you found this useful. Let me know how you've been going with your team builds with the Frieza if you've managed to get him. Any advice that you may need, feel free to comment down below. So thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the next video.